Welcome to the Higher Ed Retire Podcast with your host, Greg Shepard. Greg is a fee-only financial advisor who specializes in helping those in higher education to take control of their retirement. Since 2001, Greg has helped employees all over the country make the most of their retirement plans.
Okay, folks, I'm super excited about today's topic. Why do you ask? Well, today I get to share with you the most underutilized feature in higher ed retirement plans and, in my opinion, the most beneficial. Today I'm talking about BrokerageLink. Folks, I just love BrokerageLink. So in today's podcast, I'm going to get into what BrokerageLink is and then touch upon why most of you out there have never even heard about it. And here's a bonus for you. For all of you out there that have a 401a, make sure to stay tuned till the end where I'll share with you an awesome feature for your BrokerageLink account. But remember, that's only for those with a 401a. Okay, so before I get going, it's important to note that for this podcast to apply to you, your university must allow the BrokerageLink option. Now, it's been my experience that most of the time the university does allow it, but that message is just not relayed very well or just not at all to employees for reasons that we'll get into here in a bit. Also, in my experience, I've only seen TIAA and Fidelity offer the BrokerageLink option. So if your university has TIAA or Fidelity as a vendor choice, just give them a call and ask them if your university allows BrokerageLink option. So what's so great about the BrokerageLink option and why do you want it? You know, I'd say both are very fair questions. And to help answer that question, I'd like you to do yourself a small favor. After you're done listening to this podcast, I'd like you to go to your university's website, click on the benefits area, and drill down to your retirement plan info. What you're looking for here is how many investment choices your university allows for your 403b or 401a. Now, it's been my experience, you'll have between, on the low end, 7, and maybe on the high end, around 30. You'll probably also have a bunch of target date funds to choose from as well. Well, after you've established the fact that your university does allow for the BrokerageLink option, comes the exciting part. Now, you have access to thousands of investment choices. Yep, you heard me right. Thousands of choices. You've just gone from maybe around 10 mutual fund choices in your retirement plan to a few thousand. Now, of course, I could stop right there, and that should be a reason enough for you to go out and get that BrokerageLink account right now, right? Well, let's go a little further here. And I think you'll agree that costs are a big deal these days, and of course for good reason. Let's say you're a cost-sensitive investor and you only want to invest in index-related mutual funds. Well, through the BrokerageLink portal, you'll find more index funds than you can handle. But maybe index investing just isn't your jam, and you want to load up your portfolio with sector-related investments. Maybe you like something like clean energy, or healthcare, or financials. You know, it doesn't really matter. You name the sector and you can get it through the BrokerageLink option. Folks, you don't have access to these types of investments in your quote-unquote normal retirement plan at your university. For someone like myself that specializes in this area, this is a home run. I wish everyone in higher ed would go out tomorrow, go out today, and take advantage of this feature. Now remember, I've been specializing in higher ed plans for 18 years. Most likely after what you just heard, I'm guessing you're thinking to yourself a few things. 1, thousands of investment choices are just too many and you'll end up confusing yourself. It's just too big of a decision going in blind and not feeling confident about what you're doing. Hey folks, I got you covered here. Don't let the apprehension scare you away. Go ahead and contact me through my website at www.higheredretire.com, and I'll help you out any way that I can. And you don't necessarily have to be a client of mine for me to help you out. Together, I bet we can figure it out. Now, the second thing you might be thinking is, Greg, if this is such a great option, why haven't I heard of it? Honestly, it's a great question. Now, it's my understanding, after talking to various people over the years that are in higher ed administration positions and employees of the various investment vendors that you can choose from, is that they just want to keep things simple. They don't want to open Pandora's box. Now, to a degree, I understand where they're coming from, because once you open this BrokerageLink window, like I mentioned, you've given yourself thousands of choices. And most likely the condition of paralysis by analysis will set in with just too much information, and you'll go on a quest looking for help. And for sure, I can tell you that HR is not going to help you with this decision. The next thing you'll do is you'll either call, or HR will tell you to call, Fidelity or TIAA for help. Now, the reps you talk to on the phone at those companies, and other companies for that matter as well, and the ones you see roaming around campus, aren't in the business of giving out investment advice. At least they're not supposed to be. They don't have the fiduciary responsibility to you like I do. So it makes perfect sense. The university and the investment vendors want to keep things simple. They would rather take the road of least resistance. Lastly, the cynic in all of us will ask, what's the downside? What is Greg leaving out? Honestly, there is one downside I can think of. Well, now that I think about it, maybe two. The first one is you need to know how to research investments, or hire someone like myself who's an independent advisor and not affiliated with any of the investment vendors in your retirement plan to help you out. There are a lot of choices out there in the BrokerageLink world, and you want to make sure you're getting the best investment for whatever your investment goal is. The second downside is you need to steer clear of the mutual funds that have trading costs. Now, to avoid this, you can simply call Fidelity or TIAA and just ask how you go about doing this, how you go about researching this. They'll probably send you to their website and tell you what to do and tell you how to find that information. Now, remember, folks, I'm looking to help you out as much as I can. And of course, I got you covered here as well. If you run into this problem, just send me an email and I'll get you taken care of. I have all that information right at my fingertips, probably take me 10, 15 seconds. I'm telling you, folks, the good things about BrokerageLink far outweigh the bad. But it's just like anything else. You need to know what you're doing or have someone help you out that does. If you go in it alone, that's great, and it can be easily done once you spend a little time figuring it out. In the end, if you can save yourself even 0.5% in investment fees or gain access to superior investments, folks, spreading that out over 10, 15, 20 years is huge. Now, the following is for those that have 401as and their university allows for the BrokerageLink option. This is that little nugget of information I said I was going to share with you at the start of the podcast. So you all happen to be the lucky ones. Reason being is through your 401a, you could have access to what are known as ETFs. I stress the word could because each university is just a little different. But the universities that I've dealt with that have the BrokerageLink feature for the 401a does allow for ETF investing. Now, in my opinion, that's a huge advantage for those employees. However, if the acronym ETF, which by the way stands for Exchange Traded Funds, is a little foreign to you, and you're just not really sure what that means, just contact me. And again, folks, I'll help you out. www.higheredretire.com. What I've just talked about are so many awesome features of BrokerageLink. I hope you're just chomping at the bit to go get that going for you. So how do you do that? How do you get that going? How do you even get a BrokerageLink account? So when I try to explain BrokerageLink to people, I tell higher ed employees to picture an investment portal or an investment window. Let's say you're deferring $500 a month to your 403b. Well, your deferral is going to automatically go towards what's called the core 403b. From there, you'll instruct Fidelity or TIAA to move 100% of that $500 down to your BrokerageLink account. From there, you can instruct Fidelity or TIAA how to invest that money going forward within your BrokerageLink account. Now, it's still under that same 403B umbrella or 401A umbrella. It's just in what's called a BrokerageLink account. Now, in order to first get that BrokerageLink account opened, simply just call Fidelity or TIAA and just tell them what you'd like to do, and they'll instruct you on how to proceed. It's really that simple, folks. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. I can give you all the best information in the world on any topic out there, but unless you take action, it's absolutely worthless. So go do something with this information I just shared with you. Contact either Fidelity or TIAA, whichever vendor your university recognizes, and start by asking them if you have access to BrokerageLink. And always remember that I'm here to help you out. I've got your back. You can contact me, and I'll help you out any way that I can. Remember, contact me at www.higheredretire.com. I have my email and phone number on that website. Speaking of helping you out, I've actually put together a monthly webinar that's full of good information. I know you'll get value out of this webinar. I've taken questions from people just like you, and I answer them in a webinar format. So if you have a question for me about BrokerageLink in this case, or there's another topic regarding higher ed retirement plans that you'd like me to cover in a future podcast, just let me know through that website, higheredretire.com. And of course, I'll get you taken care of. So till next time, folks, this is Greg Shepard from Higher Ed Retire, reminding you to take control of your retirement plan today.
Thanks for listening to the Higher Ed Retire podcast. Just because this episode is over doesn't mean you can't continue your retirement journey. Please visit www.higheredretire.com to see how you can work with Greg or to simply ask him a question. Thanks again.
S&A Financial Services is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and does not intend to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.